I mean, uh, did your mom even think about what that might be doing to you and the other kids that she's bringing into this situation?
No, because when you grow up in poverty, you're in survival mode. You're not thinking about the future. You're thinking about today, and today is about paying the bills and feeding yourself and your children, keeping the lights on. So
Right.
like that's what was her primary focus. And so she thought that she could protect us from any wrongdoing by her husbands. And, a couple of her husbands did molest my sisters, and she, as much as she thought she could protect us, she really, she didn't.
What happened when your mom was confronted with this information from your sisters? And did any of these men try to make advances to you? Because when you mention survival mode, we're gonna get with this in a minute. I would think when you're that deep, even though this harm is being perpetrated on your daughters, you kind of like maybe outweigh the balances. Hey, he's a man in the house. I live in a bad neighborhood. He's working. Did your mom even address it? She was like, okay, we gotta make the best out of it.
Excuse me. She was making the best out of it. She did not address it. And that caused a lot of distress to my sister. Excuse me.
You're fine.
I asked my mom as an adult, why didn't she do anything when my sister told her that her husband was molesting her?
So your mom being in survival mode probably made her not even want to address the fact that her, at the time, male companions were doing inappropriate things with your sister. And then there's a two-part question. Were any of these things placed upon you? And how did you bring this to your mom, and about what age was it that you brought it to her? Because clearly, if it was during a younger period of your life, she wasn't trying to hear that if she's in survival mode. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. So my sister came to my mom when she was maybe 5 years old to tell her that her husband was being inappropriate with her. And my mom didn't tell her husband anything, didn't address it with him, just told my sister, well, stay away from him. And so my sister tried her best to avoid him. And as an adult, my sister has a lot of issues. She's an alcoholic. And when she drinks, she's very upset about it. She brings it up a lot. Then my mom never did anything about it, didn't protect her. I spoke to my mom from prison. I was about 40 years old, and which was like not that long ago. And I asked her, this when she was alive, right? I asked her why she didn't do anything when my sister told her that her husband was molesting her. And she said, I thought that I could protect her. If I did anything, who was going to pay the bills if I kicked him out? The lights, everything. I couldn't stay home with you and take care of you if he was gone. And so she said, I really tried my best to make sure that he was never alone with her.
But you know what? I hope the people are really listening to this, because this goes deep. It shows you the level. Yeah, it shows you the level that people in this world have to deal with when you have to choose inappropriate behavior and endangering your children's life over survival to keep lights on, food on the table, and I guess worry about the consequences later of your actions. But my next question, you being a little bit older than them, none of these men ever tried anything with you. And did your sisters and your siblings come to you for protection because your mom wasn't doing it? And then another part of this question, I know I'm asking a lot of questions. My mind is blown away. Your dad was in prison, so there's nothing he could have done about it either.
No, there was nothing. And nothing happened to me, thank God. One time an uncle tried to make a move, an inappropriate move, and I quickly...
Wait a minute. You said an uncle? Your mother's brother?
No, my mother's sister's husband.
Okay.
Yeah. So my mom was molested herself, and she was always talking to us about protecting ourselves from inappropriate touching. And so when that happened to me, I knew immediately that he's not supposed to be doing that. And so I quickly stopped it, and it never happened again. One time he tried it, and I stopped him in his tracks. So what now, we tell parents, I became a psychologist, and we tell parents they need to talk to their kids about this, because usually they get molested by family members, and it's during opportunity where the parents are not there. So like your kids have to know that nobody should be touching them. And so that happened for me. I was already an older kid when that happened, but my sister was too little. I don't know if that my mom had that conversation with her at that time.